Every day, Ontario loses over 350 acres of prime farmland to developers. Once the farmland is paved over, it can never be used again to grow crops. This scenario is playing out in Midhurst, a small village of 3,000 people about a 20-minute drive from Barrie.
A big plan for thousands of new homes in the small community of Midhurst now has the initial go-ahead. The Ontario Municipal Board has just given the green light to the plan, a plan that has divided the small community.
Protest signs like this pepper the front lawns of homes throughout Midhurst, but the Ontario Municipal Board has given the green light to the controversial plan that will see thousands of new homes built here.
Here in Midhurst, concerned citizens gathered recently to rally against a large proposed housing development.
We're now taking a village of 3,500 to a village of 30,000 for those in our area. That's similar population to Orillia, which has its own transit, libraries, recreation centers, way more hospital, way more infrastructure than we have now.
Ontario already has a law banning developments just like this one. But for this project, the government made a one-time only exception.
This is being allowed under essentially an exemption that has been agreed to by the province of Ontario and the county of Simcoe and the township. That's going to allow this developer to come in under essentially old rules and be allowed to build a complete new town. But that's going to require a completely new infrastructure set, including presumably public transit, new pipes, and especially new highways. And that's something that this area just can't afford to have.
This doesn't sit well with famous author Margaret Atwood. She strongly opposes the new development.
If you can subvert the due process, if you can make legislation and then make a loophole in it for one group, that's very strange and pretty sinister.
A development with thousands of homes will need a new sewage treatment plant. According to biologist Gary Christie, the effluent from the plant will flow directly into a large environmentally sensitive area called the Midhurst wetlands.
There'll be 10.6 million liters of water introduced into Willow Creek. Willow Creek's not used to that. There's a sensitive biodiversity that occurs within it. We all know what happens upstream goes downstream, and that downstream immediately impacts the Midhurst wetlands, which are a key wetlands because it supports a number of species, etc. It's also a filtering region for the river itself.
If I were them, I would be very, very concerned about all of this effluent, 7 Olympic-sized swimming pools per day. Multiply that by per month and then per year is going to go into Georgian Bay.
In the meantime, the members of the Midhurst Ratepayers Association refuse to give up. They continue to lobby the government to better protect precious farmland. They encourage people to sign their petition as a show of support. More than that, they encourage anyone who cares about the environment to do all they can to protect farmland.